This type of an operation has not been done anywhere in the world.
I started the Bubblegum Club in 1994. I think children are very precious, and I feel sorry for the ones that don't have as much to explore, as much to enjoy. And an opportunity just happened that I was able to do a few outings for sick children, and it just snowballed from there. I suppose it'll be one of our flagship events that we can show off and say, look what we can do.
My name is Dr. Darragh O'Neill. I'm a GP in Drogheda and I'm medical director of the Bubblegum Club since 1995. These children may often be confined to the same room, and while every effort is made to vary them around the hospital, it is still a hospital environment. Bringing a child or a patient out on a day trip where life is a little bit beyond what it may normally be is very important in the rehabilitation of any child back into normal, healthy daily living.
And nobody knows how hard it is to do the simplest of things with a sick child. Anything can happen. You know, whether it be even going to the cinema, you know, going to buy a pair of shoes. But when the Bubblegum Club has an outing, we put everything into place. We put the medical backup, we put plan B, plan C.
There's weeks and months of planning, but also planning for the illnesses. Different children can't be in the same environment at the same time because of cross-infection. Food, dietary plans have to be put in place. You also have to put in place physical disabilities, children's ability to partake in different activities. But the children's day started at 5 o'clock when they couldn't sleep because of the excitement about the forthcoming day. And most of it is the fact that they didn't know what was going to happen.
A lot of these children would spend an awful lot of time in hospital, months and months and months on end, and lots of them in total isolation. What we try to do is try and get as many new experiences in as possible for them. Helicopter trip, I think, is a pretty amazing new thing to do.
The type of kids that we would take are children in general who have been affected by illness. Illness comes in many formats. Sometimes it's emotional, sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's visible, sometimes it's invisible. But every child that has had interaction with us has needed to be with us. The heli cruise for many reasons, but the main one is that you can get very sick kids to a destination quickly and home. It's a day event, and the importance of that is that children that would otherwise be excluded by the criteria of their illness really are undergoing treatment such as chemotherapy or intravenous antibiotics through their take part in this activity when they would otherwise be restricted to a hospital bed. The benefits of that are immeasurable. 2, 3, my baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.
As the entertainers have said to me, they get so much more back because they're so much more appreciative of what's actually happening, and because they cherish life so much more. And then the performers themselves can feel the vibe and they can give so much more back. So it's a win-win situation for everybody.
Yeah, with 2 zones of bouncy castles. It was Noel and Mega Bounce had donated those, all set up the day before, so it was great. We didn't have to worry about that and just put in the plug and up they went. So that was great. They were busy for well, all of the day actually, people bouncing in them and off them again. I think everybody's just so buzzed up and so much work has gone into it in planning and preparation that the staff are putting out at 100% anyway, and the kids, well, they're flown in from helicopter, they're high already, absolutely buzzing.
That's what the Bubblegum Club is all about, you know, giving these children just a wow factor. So, you know, with our little short lives, we try to get as many wow factors in as we possibly can. That's why you probably notice when you're watching the DVD that, you know, sometimes you might say, did all of that happen in one day?
Y'all don't want to hear me, you just want records. Don't want to meet your daddy.
It's an action-packed day, and that's what we want everybody to have. With the people in doing the lunch and the barbecuing, loads of other volunteers in doing the painting. And then they had the clown zone as well, where they went in and learned how to do all the tricks and juggling, and yeah, it was great. And the face painters were good this year, with some very interesting designs on people's faces. So it was just a tie of everybody in together to make one great day and for a lot of people.
What's cooler than being cool? Okay, now ladies. Now we gonna break this thing down in just a few seconds. Now don't have me break this thing down for nothing. Now I wanna see y'all on y'all baddest behavior.
Nowhere, probably in the world, would you have so many kids that just at an instant could do something completely different.
Sure, it just flies by, absolutely. You forget to eat lunch. And on the water, it seems so popular this year, I don't know why. There was queues and queues for boat trips. I found myself going down having to drive one of the boats as well, which was a little bit ill, so it was fun. We weren't sure if we were going to get back with them.
People love the idea of water and boats and speed and different modes of transport. They don't often get an opportunity to do it. Like if you go for a walk with your parents, you can't just jump into a canoe and paddle out into the middle of a lake.
But we'd always have a meeting up to discuss where everything was going to be located, who's going to be where. All of that had to go into the planning, along with how many staff we needed and who the staff were going to be. They came from a bit of everywhere. Most of them were people who've been working with me for the last couple of years, most of them have done it, or half of them had at least done it last year. For them, they get a great lot out of it, because the kids, not that you know they're sick, but they're just there to have a great day and really enjoy themselves.
Over the years, we've had many different types of kids that we have brought away from with a variety of different illnesses. But the illnesses fall into the background when they meet up.
It's just a relieving experience for them, that they're not in this isolated world, whether it be at home and branded I'm sick, whether they are spending their time in hospital.
It's strange to be a third party listening in on a conversation and children talk about how they take this medication, how they do that, how they take part in stuff that we wouldn't see. It's been educational for me, but it's also educational for other children. And as a result, we had a better effect on their illness.
Come on this, they're much more confident, because they suddenly realise, you know, that they're not on their own, and there's other children with children with the same illness, there's other children with different illnesses that they've never even heard of before. We don't ever concentrate on illnesses. It's all about enjoyment and smiles, and you know that's what the Bubblegum Club measures its success in, is in smiles, and we have had millions and millions and millions of smiles. We give memories, we give the ripple effect from when somebody comes home happy and smiling, and they meet mum and dad and brother and sister, and then they go to school and they meet the teacher and their friends, and they're talking about just the amazing trip that they had with the Bubblegum Club, and then it goes home, then their friends go home to their mothers and they talk about it, and then Granny comes over and Granny hears about it, and Granny's excited, and Granny goes to the post office to collect her pension and tells it's just a whole ripple effect. It's wonderful. And
I'd say they're very tired going home, but they've such big smiles on their faces. Sure, it does it all. It's as I say, a picture paints it, but the smile paints it here, you know.
Everybody knows, you know, smiling, happy energy exudes out into other people, and it's experienced all around them, within their own circle, and it just sort of rebounds out to other people as well, to the shopkeeper, to the man next door, to the man on the moon.
As far as I can see it, I hope that we're back next year with more helicopters, more activities and more people.
I think it's a great day out for the kids. It's fantastic. It's a huge variety of things for them to do.
We went in a helicopter. That was pretty cool.
We went on a boat and we were afraid that we'd fall over.
My favourite part was the speedboat, and I don't know. I just like the speedboat and the bouncy castles.
My nephew Killian has been on this about 3 years ago and has talked about I think 2 years constantly.
I
What do you
did
like best?
the bow and arrow thing and the shoot
Yes.
and the helicopter
And the balloons
and the balloon
and the food.
and the food. Goodbye.
And he will talk about it again constantly. I think about another 2 or 3 years. It's a stunning day out for them. It does them the world of good. It does the parents the world of good. Everybody enjoys it. Everybody loves it.
We just all had a ball. We had everything keep going all the time. There was something for them to do each time. Barrett, one of our kids, got destroyed in spray paint, but otherwise it was brilliant.
Stunning. There's a tremendous amount of work and organisation gone into this.
They've been on trips before and they're still talking about some of the trips, so I think this will be one for them to remember.
Fantastic that so many people got together, organised it, fundraised, did so much work to get one day out for so many kids. Thank you very much. Thank you from people like Killian. Thank you from parents and aunts and uncles.
Today we had the best day in our life.
We're from Cala and we want to say thank you to the Bubblegum Club.
Just want to say thank you, Peter. You're doing an absolute amazing job and just keep it up.
Thank you, and I hope it could come next year, and it was really fun.
Thank you for giving us all a great day. Thank you very much.
I had a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bubblegum!
But thank you very much and well done. Thank you.
It was brilliant. That's the man himself. That's the big man. Daddy Bubblegum himself.
It's fun.
It is fun, isn't it?
He was late. Went wrong. It's just an incredible day. Thanks very much to all the volunteers. Without you, it just couldn't have happened. To God, I still say today, how the hell did we do that?